Alright, so the double dailies is going to return very soon. I actually have started to make up my mind about how I'm going to go about my content strategy for the future and in the present moment as well. It's not going to be forever, it's not going to be too indefinite. It's just going to be like, I don't want to focus too much on thumbnails and qualities of thing. I've had that gambit over and over where I made a video one or two at a time where I'll be like, I'll finally focus on a niche and I'll do quality over quantity and I'll do custom thumbnails again. And then I do it once or twice and I go back into doing my favorite strategy of actually being myself and actually doing things I believe in, and not so much as a growth mindset. I think it's a weird gambit, and it's perpendicular to what most people think you would still love about doing, and still love yourself for, and love the idea that you still make it matter. But it's perpendicular to that it's still kind of relatable and unique in a sense, whatever that means. But yeah, so for this double daily of two, I think I'll do two tonight for start it off right after that I can. Today I'm going to talk about Claymation, actually, to kick this off. Yeah, I'll start Claymation. So, for Project Tether's sake, yeah, there is going to be I think either the autobiography ideas and the Project Tether ideas were going to be all on the same. They were going to be either together or they're going to be along each other. And maybe the autobiography might take a dip for a while because I can focus on the writing of that and then the actual creations for the Project Tether series. If you don't know what Project Tether is, basically Project Tether was and my autobiography was based on 25th anniversary next year. So, yeah. But Project Tether was a Claymation storyline series I made up a few years ago, and I am slowly revising it over time and making not focusing on the entire time, but making sure that it was in the back pocket if I had to. And then I had the characters like Pale Hatchet, Conroy, Fixolo, Ayasa, Lisk, some of the other characters in that series, Pragley, Calvit, or Crossman, etc. Solo characters. I showed you some of the doodles on the channel, Dr. ABC. And you may have seen some of the clay prop exercises I did for completely different props that would suggest I would use that style and methodism of sculpting for the props that I'm talking about for Project Tether, if the cartoons would be more apparent at that point for Claymation. So yeah, but it won't be a 2D, it'll be 3D. It'll be like a Claymation stop motion animation for Project Tether. So think clearly off of it. So that's what's Project Tether, and the autobiography was based on 25th anniversary, March, my birthday in March 2022. So if I did Claymation clips about that, then I could also have either like a rewritten version or a creative version or whatever, or a full storytelling, or full actual story, or full retelling or rewritten, or even completely different than that, and have that clips like of our biography of my own life based on that. Have clips of that in between the Project Tether episodes, and then you have a full masterpiece of Project Tether with many episodes of my life, or my rewritten life for that matter, creative wise, I guess. And then yeah, that was a bigger major idea for Claymation in the future if I was ready for it. I was getting to the point where I was feeling like I didn't want to make Claymation anymore unless it was important to me. I think it may have not been like that too much, but it was kind of bantering on something like that, because I did a lot of experiments over the last couple of years or more, and then I started slowing down even more than I already did from the casual years, and that included the first year or two. But I will still do 100 frames for October. I will still do if I can. Well, I will still do some of the other contests that are available later, like the key clips guy who helped Howard Wimpers with the alternative contest from the annual contest that he usually hosts on the Anime Guild. He's helping with that a little bit. He's making his own contest to mimic that a little bit. That's pretty cool. I already signed up for his contest on the Google Forms. So yeah, that's the keyframe clips whatever guy. He made his own film for the annual contest before. So I will focus on some of those contests. 100 frames, that contest that he made as alternative for the year contest. He gives us 8 months for this one, so that's along the same rules. So I will do the Claymation if possible, if even not always as a crutch, I guess. Hopefully not as a crutch. There's more to that than that. It's actually been more than that. It's always been like the grudge, trusting creativity, other things like that. But I'm still talking too fast. But it's just that's how I've perceived. There's a lot to the Claymation tragedy itself, but including other stuff, but cartooning or whatever, other stuff, but much more to it. But I will try to consider that my Claymation skills are getting pretty good, even while being absent from it for a while. I still had more time to consider it. It wasn't that I didn't like it as much. Again, more to it than that, but like with this like one suspension rig back there, you might want I might want to consider making more use of it instead of just using it like for one face claymation. So I will use that more for stuff. I have the Shadows House anime idea for claymation, the ones within anime for claymation. Like I could use like a stairwell under that thing and have it run like a because I think Shadows House anime, I think that will be easier to consider because I can just have stills and slideshows with the clay props sculpted already, and then have the only animation being the running down the stairwell with with Emilico and Kate, and then reverse them and all that, and just animate the keys binding thing. That's about it. That looks easy, but at least it'll still be impressive. Even just sculpting the props, and I use my own style of claymation cartoon whatever for that. Now, it'll be cool. So that's the Shadow House claymation, I guess you could say. Maybe hustle. The ones within claymation, making claymations with props that already exist on the back of my shelf, like so, like for maybe Trick Moon and obviously ones within, and Fancy Pants if I can. Now that I've been pausing that for months now, but yeah, the idea was to jump straight into Project Tether if I could, whether it was for a contest or not, and then have the other side projects for other stuff I could. So if I was gonna be grit my teeth and just do it, I guess I don't know. But, not even if I was forcing too much, like as if the casual animation for years from that point was a grudge. I hope it wasn't at least not so much as one. Actually, compared to other years since 2011, whatever. Since the very first time I sculpted props in 2011 and then 2010, and later years in 2017 suggesting claymation, and 2019 and then later actually having done claymation and prop sculpting. So yeah, that's it for now. I talked a little bit about claymation in this double daily. On the next double daily, I might talk about NoFap, I think. But yeah, that's it for now. I accept you, Tony. Remember that there's nothing more beautiful than desperation, and that there's nothing more devastating than pretending not to care. Stay safe in the pandemic, everyone. And I have no extra outro slogan for that. Other than that, that's not bad. Bye guys.